Hey plumbing pros, welcome to Flushing It Out. This is where we take the stuff you're asking and commenting about, whether it's on Potty Talk or our school community or inside the Success Academy, and we break it down even further. The goal, to give you the tools, habits, and mindset you need to stop working harder and start running a plumbing business that truly sets you free. All right, let's flush it out. All right, Sue, I know I couldn't help it. Before I work out, I was checking the group here. I know already Saul had questions about reviews. So had a couple people were asking about, how that we and others in the group handle getting bad reviews.
Ooh, negative reviews.
Negative reviews, which is never fun. And that's what I want to hit on first was the emotion. It's an emotional thing.
Sure.
We'll get, reviews are important. There's a way to handle it, but we understand the emotion.
Right.
You remember back in the day, they didn't have reviews. They had comment cards.
They had comment cards, they didn't have online.
So we get a whole stack of comment cards, which is kind of like how the reviews are. Okay, you can get a bunch of reviews, but you get that one bad comment card.
We get a whole stack that were
good.
That were great.
Right.
That they said we were great service, everything was wonderful, they loved us, all the things.
Right. But you get that one bad review, and it blows you up.
It's the one you focus on.
Yes, the one you focus on. Oh, company sucks, all that kind of stuff. And normally with these reviews, it's always been this way. It's always been this way. 9 times out of 10, there's always a little bit of truth in the review. So you can look at the reviews to find out what's really the truth. But sadly, it's a lot of times it's just the customer's upset with whatever.
Having to have a plumber out.
Exactly. Okay, and so you get the bad review, and it happens. In fact, what I call it, consumer terrorism. It's like 2% of the customers out there are they're looking to blow you up for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. In fact, I think reviews today make it even easier to blow you up. So there are those out there.
Be anonymous online or something.
Exactly. And sadly, there are customers out there that use reviews to hit you up to get a cheaper price and those kinds of things. So that's, consumer terrorism. If you don't do what I want, I'm going to blow you up.
Right.
Okay. So that's out there. Emotionally, you just got to get callous to it. But you do want to respond to it. You do want to respond to all your, to all your reviews, by the way, because today reviews have gotten even more and more important.
Yes.
I mean, this is a big part of being found, on Google.
On Google, yes.
Right. So we need to address the reviews. But when you get the bad reviews, it's, first of all, respond to all the reviews. But a bad review, you got to keep in mind that you're speaking not to the one who gave the review, but to potential future customers.
Correct.
Yep. So it's just going through the review, and we don't want to be defensive.
Never.
You don't have to defend. I just signed everything, and
we did this.
We did that, and did this, and
you
agree, right? And this, and just whatever. We're trying to teach them business. Well, it just costs a lot to do plumbing, and they don't care because that's not why they're doing it in the first place. No. Okay, so that doesn't work. All right, but if you notice when you get a bad review, if you look at it by itself, it sounds like they're crazy. When you see the bad review and you read it.
You don't mean for the plumbing company, like just a review.
The reviewer themselves, because normally they're, you did this and you did that and all that, and you sound a little crazy. All right. So the opportunity there is not to respond back in a crazy manner.
Right.
Because those that are also potential customers who may be reading that review, that person, sounds a little crazy. If you come back and say, I'm sorry that you didn't have, the experience that you expected.
We didn't wow you.
We didn't wow, exactly. So what are the things that we would do, or that you recommend that we do in responding to the review?
Sure, just acknowledge in the response, acknowledge the things that you did do, right? Okay, and then you can say, Mrs. Jones, looks like that, we did come out between the allotted time and provided you options. We're sorry that those didn't meet your needs, but please give us a try in the future, something like that. And it's short and sweet. It's not long. It's not long at all. And like you said, the tendency is to blow them up, right? So if you really want to do that, open up a Google Doc or whatever and just type out the response you really want to say, and just let it all out. And then once you've kind of done that, then you've calmed down a little bit. You don't hit send, don't add that. Then go over to and respond to the review in that way. But one thing I want to say too about that is, like you said, we would get 100 great comment cards back, and one of them was crappy, and we focus on the crappy. We did in the beginning. We finally got over that. But that's what I want you to do. If you do get a bad review, go look at all your other reviews. Go spend some time. and scroll through the great reviews that you've got. You've got more than likely, if you're doing this right, you've got customers that really like you and have really liked your service. You're providing a great service. You gave a great price, all the things. So take some time and go through those positive reviews just to remind you, yeah, we are doing some things right. But I don't know if you want to talk about it. If the customer does have a point on something, maybe the tech did something wrong or whatever.
Well, that's where you want to follow up, so you respond in a positive manner to that review.
Correct.
Because you're responding, you got to get this, you're really responding to other potential customers who will read that review.
Right.
So they read something that sounds crazy and you sound professional. Okay. And everyone, we live in a real world, right? You know that everything's not perfect. By the way, that's what you may start out with a 5.0, 5-star rating, that kind of a thing. By the way, all the stats tell us that people don't naturally trust 5-star, all 5-star reviews. What, have his mom call in all the time? That kind of a thing. So really you want to be, 4.5, 4.7 and above, in that area, all right, is trustworthy. So, but when you come down, you feel bad. I'm not 5.0 anymore, okay?
Right.
But you're responding in an appropriate way there. But what you can do is follow up. You can privately DM, or if you kind of know who that is, you can call the customer, that kind of a thing, and then follow up and say, I know you got the review here, you're unhappy, blah, 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 whatever. So you can find really what you're not wanting to defend what's going on, but you want to get information. Did our tech maybe drop the ball here or there or do something, so you can find out, so that you continue to provide the service that you really want to provide.
And then it could be a teaching moment for your technician.
Right.
And also could be a learning moment for you, that if you've got a technician that's consistently getting not great reviews, then you've got a training problem.
Right.
With your technicians.
But you're going to get,
you're going to get them.
You're going to get bad reviews, respond professionally, and then follow up to see if something in your service system needs to be fixed.
Right.
All right. The reviews are a fact of life today. You need to get them. You should be asking for a review every single job, because it's part of the process today to be able to get found here, and that's where your customers are finding you. So, all right, get the reviews. Don't worry about the bad ones. All right, there you go. That's another flushing it out in the books. Now, here's the deal. If you're not in my free school community yet, you're missing out, okay? That's where we go deeper, answer your questions, and help you win alongside other plumbing business owners just like you. Join us at milliondollarplumber.com/school. That's school as in SKOOL. And if you're done dabbling and ready to build a plumbing business that makes you money without turning a wrench or sacrificing all your time, book a strategy call with my team. We'll lay it out, what's broken, how to fix it, and how to scale with confidence, all while having a life too. milliondollarplumber.com/call is where you go, or grab the link in the show notes. Until next time, don't just plumb like a champion.